Hi, this is the Afrocentric woman, and I would like to talk today about leaving in silence when you leave a narcissistic relationship. This topic is something that is near and dear to my heart, and it was on the list of topics that I want to share on this channel, and I didn't know I didn't know when I was going to get to this topic, but I'm prioritizing to do it now because I just finished the Selena second part of the series. And a friend of mine, because as you all know, or you may or may not know, I'm currently watching Jenny Rivera, Mariposa del Barrio, and I was gonna wait until I finished Jenny Rivera before I watched the second part of Selena, but there was just one day that I just didn't review Jenny Rivera, and I was like, oh, let me just watch an episode of the Selena series, and I just got sucked in, and once I got sucked in, I couldn't stop it. So I think I finished it over the course of 3 days. So today I finished the last episode of part 2. One of my Facebook friends told me that she put something like that she was crying and that she had watched it, or she was sad, and I told her that I was going to start it after I finished Jenny Rivera, and she's like, well, let me just warn you, they are going to play out the entire story, so brace yourself. And I was like, yeah, I've cried so many tears for Selena. I've cried so many tears over the years for Selena since I was a little kid. Excuse me. All right, had to get myself together. I've cried so many tears over the years, so I just figured I would cry a few more tears and move on with my life. But maybe a few days ago, could have been a few days ago, could have been last week, I don't know. Time is a bit of a blur for me, but I had watched Dr. Grande. I will post a link to Dr. Grande's analysis of the Selena Quintanilla and Yolanda Salivar analysis of the case. But something that, I always knew Yolanda was crazy, and I knew Yolanda was obsessed, but I didn't understand the level of her narcissism. That was the piece that I didn't really know about, because this has been, over the years, I haven't focused on Yolanda and her craziness. I've just been enjoying Selena's music. I've literally have her physical CDs. That's how much of a fan I am. I have physically in my possession, I have old CDs of Selena. So I've been enjoying Selena's music. I haven't been worried or thinking about Yolanda. And when I knew about Yolanda, I didn't know about narcissism. I just grouped those kinds of people as crazy, and they're in the crazy bunch, and that's that. But when I watched Dr. Grande's analysis of it, I was able to kind of understand more about her unwillingness to live life without Selena. And how much she had been living, her narcissism was expressing through Selena, because she was granted all these luxurious things that she felt entitled to. And anyway, I don't want to focus this on Yolanda, but I just want to focus this on the fact that when I watched the movie and Selena was trying to leave, I always tell women that the most dangerous time to leave an abusive relationship or relationship with a narcissist or psychopath or sociopath, the most dangerous time is when you're trying to leave. That's the time where you're most likely to have your life ended. They can kill you, basically, or really seriously injure you. And I feel like I've talked to so many women, and they just don't think that their partner, or the narcissistic person they're in the relationship with, or in the abusive relationship, they're like, oh, well, you know, they hit me, but he would never kill me, or he would never do that. And I usually will ask people, do you think he would do something to you? And they're like, I don't know, but I don't think so. You're better safe than sorry, and it's always better to leave in silence. So if your partner has ever destroyed furniture, if they have ever thrown anything during an argument at you or near you, or loud enough to make, to try to scare you, if they've destroyed any of your property, if they have told you, bitch, I'll kill you, or I could kill you, I should just kill you, you should die, you don't even deserve to live, anything inkling at like harming you or killing you, or you should just go somewhere and die, those are all the types of warning signs. These are the types of things that you want to, basically what I'm saying is, if any of these things apply, you want to leave in silence. Things like, if you leave me, I'll destroy you, you'll be nothing without me. Or if they're really super emotional and they try to say, well, I can't live without you, I can't go on without you, you definitely want to leave in silence. Of course, if they put their hands on you in any way, this could be grabbing your clothing, constricting you or restricting you from free movement. So if you're trying to leave out and they grab you or an article of your clothing and prevent you from moving wherever you want to go. So if you're trying to leave a house and they won't let you leave, or you're trying to get in a house, or you're trying to get in a dwelling or into a vehicle and they won't let you in, or you want to get out of a vehicle or a dwelling and they won't let you out, anytime your free range, free will movement is restricted, that's also included in this warning sign of leaving in silence. I talked about breaking furniture. What else do you need to look out for? I mean, and just thinking about the whole Yolanda thing, just the obsession. So if someone is overly obsessed with you, like their happiness and their sadness and their hopes and dreams and everything is wrapped up in you, if everybody around you who loves you is telling you that something is not right, and you're the only one who believes that the person can be saved from whatever the situation is, that's also a sign. They would also be included in this group of people that you need to leave in silence with. If you're being financially abused, so if you're with a partner who hasn't been contributing financially to the household and you've been carrying all the weight of the household, you probably want to leave in silence. Because if you can think about how devastating it would be for you to leave that person, everything, there's a lot wrapped up in you. Their ability to have somewhere to live, their ability to have an image. A lot of times guys will stay in a relationship for the image, because maybe in their community or whatever, they've wrapped up their identity in, I am so-and-so's boyfriend, or I'm so-and-so's husband, and this is my family, and look how lovely it is, even though it's not lovely on the inside. They don't care about that. They care about the image. So for those who are wrapped up in that kind of stuff, you definitely want to leave in silence, because your leaving will fracture their public opinion, and they're going to have to explain what happened, and they don't want to do that, and that can just really make them snap. So those are all things to take into consideration, those types of threats, the physical violence, or physical destruction of property, even hinting and insinuating at it. And you may be thinking, well, he slapped me a few times, I don't think he would stab me. He would, because the physicality that it would take to put your hands on a woman, if he choked you a little bit, he can definitely choke you to death. And it's not one of those things. This is the thing. If you gamble with leaving in silence and you have your life, then you'll never know if they would have tried to kill you or not. But if you gamble and tell them that you're leaving and make a big production about it and try to get some type of closure, then, and they do kill you or seriously injure you, then you've rolled, then the dice rolled in a different direction. So it's better to just play it safe. Okay, fine. You can't say definitively that they would kill you. Fine. Okay, sure. You don't know that. Okay, sure, fine. But you also you also have to admit that you don't know that they would. And for that reason, you will err on the side of caution and you will leave in silence. So for those of you who don't have the money to leave right away, you're going to squirrel the money away quietly. You're going to squirrel the money away quietly, and if in a safety deposit box or in an account or something that nobody knows about, or a trusted family member or somebody like that can hold on to the money. And you're going to start you're going to price out how much it leaves, because sometimes I see women not taking action because they think something is so insurmountable. And then when you ask them, well, how much would it cost to get a lawyer? Or how much would it cost to get an apartment? Or how much would it cost to do XYZ? They're like, well, I don't know, but I know I can't do it. Well, how do you know you can't do it, sis? You haven't even priced it out. Why don't you call some lawyers and get some quotes? And why don't you call some apartments and get some quotes? Why don't you run your credit, go to freecreditreport.org and see what's going on and see what your likelihood is. Also, there are in every single city, there are domestic violence resources that help you relocate, that help you get temporary help until you can replace that income or readjust your income to your new situation. So maybe if your partner was contributing somewhat to the household, or maybe even contributing completely to the household, and you're not sure how you're going to provide for yourself, or if you have children, then you may be able to get temporary assistance with food stamps, and temporary assistance with rent assistance, and temporary housing, and job placement and job services. I promise you, I'm going to post some information for domestic violence assistance hotline, and I want to say it's a national line, and then that national line, which is totally confidential, is going to be able to place you into local resources in your community, and you would really be surprised. I remember telling one woman who was a victim of stalking, and she had a phone with her abuser. And I remember, and she's like, well, I can't cancel the phone, or they're going to charge me $1,000, and, and this and this and that. And this man had already become physical with her. So at this point in time, we have a few things that we have to do, because your life is worth way more than the $1,000 cancellation fee. So worst case scenario, you have to pay the $1,000 cancellation fee. Okay, let's keep that as an option. But also, there are anti-stalking laws, but that you're gonna have to have the courage to go and file the a police report. And once you file that police report that this person has been stalking you, you have more benefits allowed to you, as far as phone that you might have with that person, financial entanglements, if there's any type of loans. But financial abuse is real, and laws are changing, and there are definitely things to help protect women against, or anybody who's a victim of financial abuse. So if your partner tries to ruin your credit, or if your partner opens up a credit card in your name and charges a bunch of stuff, and although you guys were married or living together, you can still, if you have domestic violence, if you've had the police come out any number of times or anything like that, you have extra support and resources that can help untangle you from that abusive person and help get your finances on track so that you can start to live. But I promise you, we can do everything. We can fix all the logistics of your life. We can fix your credit. Oh, sorry, I'm getting emotional. We can find you a place to live. We can do everything if you're alive and here to do it. We can do everything. It may not happen overnight, but with dedication and persistence, it can be done. But we need you here. We need you alive. We need you here in order to do all of that. You're just going to go. You're going to get these things together in secret, and you're going to go. You're not going to give a last chance to an abusive person. You're not going to talk it through. You're not going to explain to him why you're leaving because he's owed that. No, the only person that you owe anything to is yourself, and you owe yourself the gift of life. He will find out eventually when you file the divorce. He can talk to you in the presence of the police department. He could talk to you in court. He could talk to you with the mediator. He could talk to you with the clergy people. He could talk to you at the church. But one thing I would strongly recommend you, please listen to the words that's coming out of my mouth. Do not go meet with him alone to go talk. Don't go meet with him. Don't go to the house to go get your clothes. Don't go to the house by yourself to go pick something up that you left. I don't care what it is. It can be replaced. You cannot. Don't try to have a closure conversation. Don't explain to him why you're leaving and you really don't want to go, but you got to go. This is the most dangerous time in the whole process, is leaving. And that's why I'm encouraging you to leave in silence. I will post the links to the resources that I mentioned below. I will be recording more videos about this topic because it's very important. It's very important for all of those who are suffering from narcissistic abuse or who are survivors of narcissistic abuse, who want to get out of a narcissistic abusive relationship or situationship, that you know how to do it and you can stay alive and be safe through the process. I'm not promising you that it will be easy, but I'm ensuring to you that it will be worth it. Thank you for listening. Stay safe, stay well. Peace.
Thank you so much for sharing your time and attention with the Afrocentric Woman. Special gratitude to our subscribers. If you'd like to stay connected with this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so by hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell. If you like this content, please hit the like button. If you have any comments or thoughts about the content shared, please drop down into the comment section and let us know. Remember, you are worthy, you are enough, you are unique, and you are lovable. And I appreciate you.